Being broke is a mindset. Do you agree?
When you are used to being broke and you finally get some money, you're going to give it all away so you can go back to what you're used to, which is being broke. When you are used to being broke and you finally get some money, you're going to eat it all away, shop it all away, give it all away so that you can go back to your baseline, which is what you're used to, which is being broke. I have gotten plenty of bags in my lifetime before and didn't know what to do with it and gave it all away, swore I was being godly, but really I had no idea how to steward any level of increase. So before you get that bag that you've been praying for, before your business takes off, before all the things that you are praying for, before you receive it, consider what kind of wisdom, habits, attitude, mindset, all the things you're going to need to be able to sustain it, right? You have to believe that you are worthy of this life that you are asking for, worthy of the resources, and even the rest that you're asking for. Otherwise, when you get it, you're going to blow it because you're going to go back to what you're used to. That's just the way our nervous systems are wired. You're going to go back and make sure that you are always safe. And where you have felt the safest is being broke.
So, like she said, it's a mindset. It's a broke mindset. And sometimes that's passed down through generations. Did you grow up in a broke family with a broke mindset, broke mentality? What are some of the things that stick out to you, or do you remember that your family used to say regarding money? Check this out.
Another thing that's crazy about getting older is just realizing how many of your family members have poor money management. And it's kind of awkward because you're in this weird phase of your life where you're like an adult, but you're still perceived as a child, really, to people because you're still young. But you know more about money and you have better, financial literacy than some of your older family members. And a lot of the times when you try to talk to them about this situation or just in general, they get offended, right? And they don't want to hear it, or they're very dismissive because either for them it's just a pride thing, or maybe they are kind of resentful because they didn't know this information when they were younger. And to me, it's just interesting because you could change the dynamic of your family, the position that your family's in, if you just made a few financial changes. And a lot of people just don't want to face it. I don't know, it's just interesting.
Do you think you were taught the wrong way on how to handle money? Did you see your parents pay bills? Did you see or you not just necessarily see them pay bills, did you see them discuss money? Did they talk about paydays? Did they talk about investing? Did they talk about savings accounts? What did your family teach you about money? A lot of times people talk about how they learned the hard way when they got out into the world.
Instead of my parents telling me that I'll see how hard life is, I'll see how bills are going to, get on my nerves, or how life is once I start paying bills, I wish they would have taught me how to manage my money so that when I become an adult, bills wouldn't have been a problem. Managing my money would have already been a habit for me, and I didn't have to create the discipline as an adult and make all the mistakes that I made. Now, don't get me wrong. Some people have gotten this information from their parents and they still kind of fumble the ball, but it typically takes them one time. So if you are a parent and you have the information that can help your child or prevent your child from making so many mistakes that can delay their growth or just delay their time in life, give them the resources. And if you're not clear in how to budget money or how to do certain things, get your kids around someone that can teach them. Do not let them purposely make the mistake because you feel like, oh, they could learn better if they just bump their head because they're not going to listen anyway. Don't assume that. Not all kids operate like that, okay?
Now, some parents did the best they can with what they had. A lot of things are passed down. So if they don't know how to manage money, they're going to pass that down to you unless they took the time to learn about it and then teach it to you as you grow up. Now, since your mom or your dad didn't teach you how to handle money, now it's your responsibility to do so, especially if you learn those hard lessons like going through bad credit, going through repossessions, losing things, evictions, so on and so forth. Now is the time to learn about money if you haven't learned it at all. So watch this.
If your parents didn't teach you about money and you're just floundering your way through life trying to figure this shit out, listen. Mine didn't teach me either, and I totally screwed up my financial situation by the age of 25. I was broke as hell, in a lot of debt, and very much struggling. So take it from me when I say it does not have to be this way. You can create a life of financial security and financial freedom. You just have to sacrifice a little bit, and you have to spend the time and effort to get there. You have to love yourself enough and care about your future enough to tell yourself no sometimes and to sit down and actually make the effort to make plans that are going to move you forward. Now, what do those plans look like? Well, the first thing you need to do is print out your bank statement, see where all your money has been going. I say this every single time because it is true. This is where I started, and I realized that a lot of my money was going to fast food. And there's nothing wrong with fast food, but you need to include that in your budget and put a limit on it if you actually want to make progress. Otherwise, that is going to eat into your budget and it's going to eat all your money. Once you figure out where your money is going, that frees up money and allows you to be able to save a safety net for yourself, to be able to go hard on your debt payoff and actually pay it off. It allows you to get 6 months worth of expenses in your savings so that you're not worried about losing your job or losing your income. It allows you to invest into your future so that you can maybe even retire early, or you can retire eventually with millions of dollars in the bank. And if you think this sounds crazy or not attainable for you, I want you to stop and reframe that because yes, it is. It is possible for you. I used to be there and I thought it wasn't possible, and if I would have continued down that road, I would still be broke today.
The broke mindset is often passed down through generations. I can't afford this. We can't afford that. You are broke. We're all broke. No. Change your tone, change your voice, change your thinking. And I made a couple videos recently about learning and unlearning bad habits, learning better habits at that. And one of the things that we can learn to be better is to be better with our finances. She gives us some tips on how we can do better with our finances. Watch this.
I'm 54, and if you're younger than me, here's some really hard financial truths that are probably going to make you uncomfortable, but they just might save you. Your dream life is possible, but not with your current financial habits. If you need a payment plan to afford it, you can't afford it. You're not saving money when you buy something on sale. You still spent, you just spent less. If you don't control your money, someone else will. And guess what? They're not going to use it in your best interest. A credit card is not an emergency fund. If you don't take the time to understand money, you will spend your life working for someone who does. Financial stress, it's self-inflicted. You can't retire on vibes and optimism. You're going to have to work until you die if you don't start investing. Your bank account reflects your choices, not your excuses. You don't believe me? Take a look. Every dollar you spend is a vote for the life that you're building. What are you voting for? Security or poverty? You don't need a financial miracle. You need financial discipline. Stop praying for money and begin managing what you have. Your future is being sold off one impulse purchase at a time, and you will never escape the cycle of being broke until you admit that you are the problem. Hope that helps.
Did you miss certain things financially from your parents? Did they talk to you about money? Did they set you up as far as how bills work and how money works? Did they do that for you? Now, one thing's for sure, you better always have your own money. I want to leave this off with a few tips from Keita Rose.
5 things my mother did tell me. You should have your own money. It doesn't matter that he's the sole provider. He can be all that, but you should have your own money. You rely on somebody with your finances, and one day you piss them the hell off, and now you can't eat for 6 weeks. Growing out of a friendship just means that you two may not have anything in common anymore. Nobody got to pull up, no slat, or slimes. People don't need a reason not to like you. They can just not like you, and that's okay. It doesn't matter that you're scared. Do it afraid. Never be cheap with your face or your muffin or really anything on your body because you only got one. And just like that, you're a honey glazed ham. You deserve to be here. You're special. Good night.
Now, all these were good tips, but that first one that she shared, always have your own money. Yes, always have your own money. Share some tips in the comments. You know I love a good comment conversation. Take care, and I'll see you on the next video. And thank you. I appreciate you so much. Bye.